All right, time once again for that daily update. That, oh yeah, it doesn't come every day. Today, what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to attempt to do, is make a video. I'm going to make it a little longer than I normally do. Somebody asked for a longer video. Not sure why anybody wants more of me than just a minute, but anyway, I'm just gonna be working on the wall today. I'm actually going to be working this morning on the what would be the southwest corner of the house. It's just a short section right in the corner. There's a window on the south side and a doorway on the west side. So I'll be building up that corner to get it up high enough to get it above the doorway and above the top of the window on the south side. And then I'll start working my way over. I only have a few cans left to work with anyway, so we'll see how this goes. But anyway, that's the goal. We'll just see how we do with the goal. We're not sure. First thing I got to do is remove a timber because we've decided to lower the window in that area, just so that from a sitting position, you can actually look out the window. I think we had them a little high. All right, so that's where we're going to start. Hang around as long as you want to hang around. You know, I don't have no control over you, so you can shut me up, or some of you already did. I don't blame you. All right, anyway, here we go. So I got we'll see how this works. I have a microphone on that someone sent me. I have this wonderful camera stand that just doesn't seem to follow me like it's supposed to. It's supposed to follow me wherever I go. Maybe I don't have it on, I don't know. I think that's on, yeah. So it's supposed to follow me, but it just doesn't do a very good job some days. So I don't know how much of this you're gonna catch, or how many times I'm gonna want to go back and try to fix it. It does tend to get to be a bit of a nuisance when I'm trying to work, because I have to mess around with stuff like that. As my mother would say, a little bit of that nonsense goes a long way. Oh, well, you got me that far, didn't you? All right. I had these all tied together at one time. There we go. Excuse me. I have been hanging on to something here. I don't feel sick, not even one little bit. Hacking. All right. You can get this while I got it here. Sometimes when you're screwing up a wall, you discover that you screwed up the wall. Then you have to go and unscrew it and try again. But actually, I've already marked mark this so I know right where to cut it off at. Don't I? Yes, yes. I don't have my pencil, it's over the window. Okay. Gotta move that can. See if you can follow me all through here. That'd be interesting. No, I kind of lost you, didn't I? Well, I'll be back in a minute. We'll try again. Okay. One more time. Oh. I don't know. What's the best way to do this? Okay. I think that'll work. All right. Boy, I really did that backwards. There. That feels better. Let me kind of watch my step here. All right. Well, you made it. Congratulations. All right. Right here. I think I gotta remove this seal. There. A little flat surface to work on. All right. Didn't like that very well, did he? Okay. Let's just leave this up here. We don't need nothing else. See if I can get all my tools back where I put them when I'm working. The next guy comes along and he does it. He has a different way of doing it. Everybody has a slightly different technique, you know. calculation. I think I'm right with that. Yep. 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 That's looking good right there, guys. Okay. Now, what I have to do, come over the wall, we got a 44 and a 1/4 inch. So, follow it in. Put my headphones on. Oh, well, maybe. Put the hat on, then put my headphones on. There you go. Kind of helps with the saw noise. Sometimes I play music, not always. Remember what I said, guys? I think I said 44 and a 1/4. Post a comment below if I got that wrong. Damn. Friend, this thing. Gotta move some stuff out of my way, I can see that. Okay. Oh, I can already tell which side got playing, okay? Just follow it in. Move it out there. Alright. Okay. Here we go. Oh, good job. Way to follow along. All right. Got to keep everything on the level, you know. It's a bit like building a brick wall, only gluing a whole bunch of bricks together first. I'll try to keep this going straight up as I can. Okay, so our next measurement, the little guy, 21 and 3/4. 21 and 3/4. So now we can use a chunk, a little chunk. Right? 21 and 3/4. This way. So, this way. This way. All right. Now, if I do this right, you see, I will completely seal every place where there could be a crack with the seal. And then on the outside of the wall, I'll be caulking the outside of the wall and the inside with a waterproof caulking that will fill this crack. And it has the ability to stretch like 2 or 3 times its size if needed. But it won't need to with this project, because it'll probably get pinched a little, but it can do that too. So, but that's a job for definitely another day. Maybe a job for next year. We'll see how it goes. Well, guess what? I don't have a screw loose. I don't even have one. Tried to be mindful with my pant hike. This is a family show. And I don't have a refrigerator here to even repair, so try to keep the britches up if I can. All right. But too many of these in the back pocket make that job a little more difficult too. Okay. This one should be the same as that one. But I don't remember. 40 inches. I think it was 40 1/4, but I'm going to 40. Okay. Let's see what we can do with this one. Oh man, these things get heavy. Oh, and then somebody set that up there like it belonged there. Okay. Yeah, my a couple hundred of these in the building, in the house. And that's what I have to do to each one just to get them planed down kind of flat. I wouldn't have to do that, but it makes it so much easier in the end when I get rid of sand the inside if I've got it about half licked. And so I like to do that first. If we had a really big commercial planer, we could just run them through, but I just have a small Harbor Freight 13-inch surface planer, and it doesn't like these things. This little handheld does a remarkable job, but it does take a few passes to get it down to where you want it, that's for sure. But at any rate, hey, it does it. It does a pretty good job. So, you know, this whole thing is a process. That's what you always have to keep in mind. I tell myself two things every day. This is a process. Oh, and I'm saving thousands and thousands of dollars. That one had a pretty bad crack in it, so that's why I cut so much off. Now, I seriously don't remember. I'm thinking it was 40 inches. So I absolutely definitely need you to comment below if that ain't right. Now slide this out there and then I'll find the stand. I had a 6x sitting there for a stand before, but I think the other guy thought it was for cutting up and he used it. Got kind of a mess here. These are all chunks that we can possibly use later on. Not this one. But you know, something like this might work on the very next one. Yeah, I'm too short anyway. Oh, too tall. Here's one I think. Oh, that's a double. Oh man, it's a bummer when they take your tools away from you, and even bigger bummer if they cut them up. Oh yeah, there we go. See, I'm gonna take that. I got a couple of these. All right. Kind of out of practice for this job. I forgot what I was doing. somebody in the middle of the night came in and actually lowered the floor. So now every time I bend over, it's like it's way further down there than it was yesterday. I don't know what's going on. Let's see, this is going flipping up, so I don't need nothing there. And it's going there. It's going there, so I don't need nothing there. I need something here. All right, let's see if I got that right. Let's see if I was right with that. Or if your comment was. Well, if your comment was I was wrong, you are. All right. You'll do that one. Okay, I gotta get this one turned in a little bit. To keep a straight wall, sometimes I move the screw. By moving the screw to, well, what are you doing way over there? You're not even watching me. Okay, have it your way. I'll be right there. 26.5. Okay. Sorry, I moved too quick for you. The cameraman, well, he works cheap enough. Oh man, this time I did forget. 26.25. I have to go back and double check that. Because this one I can't be wrong on by even a little bit. Because it butts up against the wall. Come here, follow me this time. Hey. Oh, I bet the sun's getting the best of you, isn't it? The camera doesn't like the sun. If it hits into the sunshine, that tends to screw it up. Alright, so probably some kind of a vampire if you like. 26.25. I was right. Okay, well, better safe than sorry. I'm going off and safe. Alright, did you follow me? You did. Good cameraman. Alright, there it is, 26.25. if properly cared for, in 100 years, this vinyl siding will still be, excuse me, this log house will still be just as good as new. But more than likely, before that time comes, somebody will live here and they'll say, oh, I don't like log cabins. And they'll put some crappy vinyl siding or something like that over it. But I don't care. But by that time, I have every intentions of being in a mansion in the sky. Did I mention that they're made out of logs? Wow, guys. I know you can't see that, but I, for one, am very happy. This is coming out really nice. Very nice indeed. What is it? It's supposed to be 44 1/4, but it's not. It's changing on me. That one's probably a little thicker. Or thinner. We're up to 44 1/2. I think it's still okay. Alright. This wasn't consistent no matter what it is. Yeah, so that's out, but put a little piece like that. Put right back in the center. We're good here. Whew, really good there. Pretty darn good there too. Okay. Talk me into it. I wasn't going to measure it twice, but I am going to. How about heart attack? Let's see. Let's get my step right one more time. I'm still going to go with 44 1/2. I think I can get one more chunk out of this piece. Nope. Just going to have to wait for the next round. Okay, well, let's do that one. We can get that one instead, huh? I broke this case. Well, I think I broke this one the other day. 21 3/4. Dang, that's kind of nice for that door. forget what I'm doing. Okay. Yeah, let me just fall over here one more time. Wow, my britches are really hanging now. That's 44.5. That's what it is. Okay. Get another big can up. Get it plain. I'm gonna take a break. Okay. Well, this one, surprisingly, is not that heavy. Some of them are just beasts. And the worst part about picking up one of them when they're a beast is that should you accidentally drop it on your toe, you end up with the mark of the beast. I told that joke, somebody looked at me and they went, 666. I thought he said 666. Oh, was I nervous? post. Okay, there's your slightly longer video. Whew. That is your update for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you down the road, and God bless.